Maria del Socorro Flores Lira, born September 15, 1965, known as Socorro Flores, is a Mexican lawyer, diplomat and judge of the International Criminal Court, ICC in The Hague. Prior to this tenure, she was Mexico's permanent representative to the United Nations in Geneva. She started her diplomatic career in 1992 when she joined the Ministry of Foreign Relations and rose through the ranks to the position of Director of International Law in the Legal Consultancy and Coordinator of Advisors in the Undersecretariat for Multilateral Affairs and Human Rights. 3. As a diplomat, she was in charge of the Mexican delegation involved in the negotiations which led to the Rome Statute in 1998. 1. And in consequence to the establishment of the International Criminal Court. 4. She was the head of the General Directorate for Global Issues DGTG, and General Director of American Regional Organizations and Mechanisms, DGOMRA, from 2013 to 2015. In 2017, she was appointed Mexico's permanent representative to the United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland. 4. She was elected judge of the International Criminal Court by the Assembly of States Parties to the ICC following the court's independent expert report which showed that Lira received the highest rating and the highest number of votes among 18 contenders.
Okay, so part 2. A while ago, I was discussing about the problems with the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court. Okay, let's go one by one sa mga judges naman. Okay, the presiding judge or the leader, okay, is Judge Lulia Motok. Okay, check the country. From Romania. It's from Southern Europe. Okay. Nagkaroon ng issue about Southern Europe because a certain political analyst in the person of Mr. Haydarian said that Luzon is Southern Europe, yung Human Development Index, while Mindanao is Sub-Saharan Africa. Okay, Romania is in Southern Europe. Okay, of course, sa mga hindi nakakaalam kung ano ang Romania, it's a country. Okay, so ano ba maganda dito? So, sa Romania, dito nagkaroon ng isang major event in history na, for me, it's one of the most remarkable moments wherein, during the Romanian Revolution, okay? So, the president at the time was Nicolas Ceausescu. Okay. So, he called all his supporters to the Grand Square, okay, where in the super big palace, and dun siya, and then he was at the balcony, okay? So he was making his speech for every one of his supporters to cheer him up, okay, and the soldiers and the people to cheer him up. This was December 21, 1989, okay? And then nangyari dito, believe it or not, okay, in the middle of the speech, the people started booing, from cheering to booing, okay? And then quickly, he was shooed away. He and his wife tried to sneak out of the area, and then they were eventually arrested. They hid inside the tank, if you recall the videos about it, and then they were tried in just 2 days or 1 day ata, and then they were eventually executed via firing squad. Okay, just to give our brief recap. Okay. That is President Nicolae Ceausescu of Romania. Okay. Kung saan nanggaling yung presiding judge ng case na magta-try against our former. Okay, enough of history, okay? So, ano yung favorite natin sa Pilipinas na sinasabi? Okay, linisin muna sarili mong bakuran before ka magyat-yat dyan. Okay, it appears this judge is not doing it. Okay, actually, problemado yung kanyang bansa. Last year, okay, the Romanian Supreme Court nullified the first round of voting. Okay, just to explain. Okay, sa mga ibang bansa like France or Romania, okay, they have a two-voting system para a two-round voting system. Ang purpose kasi nito is that to make sure that the winning president has more than 50% of the votes or he has the majority. Okay, so first round, multiple candidates will vie for the seat, the presidency. Okay, so yung first na dalawang nanalo, sila yung they will head to run off or second round. So sila lang yung bobotohan sa second round. Okay, thus whatever the result, the winner has more than 50%. Ganun yung sistema. Okay, so nangyari dito was the candidacy of the candidate, Mr. Kalin Georgescu was questioned before the Romanian Supreme Court. Actually, he won the first round. Ibig sabihin, due na siya for the second round, okay? At yung pinakamalapit na opponent niya is ready to fight him also. However, the Romanian Supreme Court said, no, we nullify the election because there are news that the Russians intervened, or the Russians, there's an intervention by alleged elements of the Russian state. Okay, it's because yung evidence nila dito are advertisements in social media supporting the candidacy of Calin Georgescu, and these advertisements were supposedly paid by PR companies linked to Moscow, or the Russian capital. Okay, so see, ganun lang yung rason, and then nullify yung first round of election. Okay then, so here 2 days ago, the Romanian Supreme Court finally banned the alleged, they use the word far right just to demean someone, yeah. Far right Georgescu's presidential bid, yun ang nakalagay dun sa AP or Associated Press. Okay, it's a far left news organization yan. Okay, so in other words, our former president will be prosecuted by a judge who cannot even discipline her own people or recognize democracy in her country. It's not good. The actions of the Romanian government was even pointed out by J.D. Vance, the current Vice President of the United States, sa isang speech sa Germany, kung saan pinoint out niya is, takot ba kayo sa mga electorate ninyo? Yun ang sabi niya sa mga bansang Europyano, kasi nga, bakit kayo hindi nag-i-invite ng mga representatives ng mga major parties with huge representation sa kanilang mga kongreso or parliament? And then, pinoint out niya rin yung ginawa ng Romanian Supreme Court sa pag-nullify sa first round of voting. Okay? So this woman, okay, is not even what you call this, has a good qualification, okay? Considering that she cannot even discipline her own country, okay? Or defend the democracy of her own country. If there is any crime against humanity here, it happened in her country because her country failed to recognize the electorate, the will of the electorate. That is technically a form of what? Modern day slavery, feudal system, rule of the oligarchy, okay? Yung hindi pag-recognize ng duly elected authorities, okay, or candidates ng isang bansa. That's not good. Gawin mo yun sa Pilipinas, magkakaroon talaga ng gulo. Okay? So, see, Julia Motok doesn't have any credibility to handle this case against our former president. Umayos siya. Ayusin niya muna bansa niya. Diba? 2 days ago, tingnan mo, yung Romanian Supreme Court ninalify yung candidacy ng isang top candidate. Diba? Even the second candidate na babae sa Romania was protesting against the Supreme Court's decision kasi nga sa tingin niya is she can win the second round. Or, okay, parang yung nasa mind niya is yung parang sa France, there's what you call cordon sanitaire para ma-block yung far right at the second round. So, kahit mag-number 2 yung far right candidate is on the second round, the Republican forces or the sane forces or the nationalist forces or something, okay, will team up against the Russian-backed candidate. Let's say that's Calin Georgescu. Okay, so see. So before this Judge Motok starts presiding over a case against our former president, she might as well fix her country, okay? This court, this judge, that prosecutor don't have any credibility to prosecute our former president. It's a kangaroo court. Sadly, nag-give in tayo, nakakainis, nakakahiya. Okay, the third judge involved in the case of our former president is Judge Kansu. She came from a country called Benin. It has 13 million people. It's very, very small. You can check it's a map. Okay, it has a population of 13 million people and it's a former French colony. In fairness with the African country, it's way progressive. Okay, it has respect of women's rights. Okay, and compared to its neighbors, it's more peaceful. Okay. However, I believe that her participation here is her desire, this is just a theory of mine, okay? It's her desire to keep the reputation of, or to protect the reputation of the International Criminal Court sa mga kasama niyang Africans, okay? There was a time when the Africans were complaining already against the International Criminal Court because the International Criminal Court had been prosecuting only Africans, okay? So, especially from the northern and central African countries. That's why there was a need on the part of the International Criminal Court to expand yung prosecution of cases, okay? And if the prosecution of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte is one way para ma-save yung reputations ng International Criminal Court, or for this judge to save the reputation of her court, the International Criminal Court, from its fellow Africans, then I think that's very problematic. Parang sinasabi niya is okay, hindi naman purely African yung pinoprosecute namin. We're going to prosecute also Duterte, okay? He is Asian. He's from the other side of the globe, okay? So, see? Okay, so without even considering the other war crimes na nangyari sa other side of the globe, yung area natin, okay? Thaksin Shinawatra also had his drug war, okay? You can read about it, okay? It only stopped when the King of Thailand made an opinion against it, okay? Thus, the support from the police and the military reversed immediately against Prime Minister Thaksin, at doon na siya nag-continue na bumagsak. Okay, someone who is very familiar with Thai history would agree with me. However, you cannot hear any prosecution of the International Criminal Court against Thaksin and any of his Thai generals during the drug war of Thailand. Okay, there were also abuses by the Chinese, not naman Chinese, the military junta of Myanmar, of formerly known as Burma, against its native Muslim Rohingya population. Have you ever heard anyone extradited from Burma, from Myanmar, to be prosecuted in The Hague? None. Okay. Now, there are also forms of ethnic cleansing being done inside the Myanmar country, okay? Nagka-carve kasi Myanmar, if you're familiar with its history, okay? Ang differences ng mga yun is more of ethno-linguistic. Okay, so nagkakaroon ng carving of areas, okay? In this carving of areas by these military or paramilitary forces, kini-kick out nila, fina-force out nila yung hindi nila katribo or hindi nagsasalita ng the same language as they are. See? Okay, that's also what you call atrocity, or what you call war crime. Population transfer is a war crime, okay? How come na hindi po rin na-prosecute ng African judges ng International Criminal Court ito? Bakit yung sa atin yung tinira niya, di ba? So doon ka magtataka. There is unfairness here. If they are serious enough, okay, if they are serious enough, then they should also prosecute yung mga other areas, other countries, other leaders in Southeast Asia, okay? So again, I think the participation or the signing of the Benin judge, okay, of the warrant of arrest was used to protect her court against criticism from her own people, the Africans. Okay? Kasi totoo naman eh. Kasi in the earlier days of the International Criminal Court, umabot sa ilang years na 100% is puro mga Central and North African leaders ang mga inaaresto or pinapaaresto ng International Criminal Court. Para naging overlord sila ng mga Central at North African countries. Okay? You can read a lot of things about that. Okay? There was even a time when the African Union even threatened to withdraw from the International Criminal Court. Yung mga member states nila threatened to withdraw. Okay, so I think, okay, this transmittal of Duterte, the prosecution of Duterte, is somewhat related to the desire of certain African judges, okay, of the International Criminal Court, para lang ma-save yung reputation ng criminal court at maging valid pa siya para sa kanyang para sa people of Africa na talagang nangailangan talaga ng ganitong sistema kasi they are either failing states or failed states. At sa mga countries na ito nangyari yung mga ethnic cleansing talaga, 'di ba? You know that. So see, kung ginawa tayong example, it's not good. That's what you call the concept of sacrifice. Parang sinacrifice yung presidente natin or tayong mga Filipino just to save the reputation ng itong International Criminal Court na wala na technically nagre-recognize. Yes, it's true that more than 120 countries still recognize it, but you know what? The big countries do not. Okay, when I say big countries, the big players, like for example, the United States of America, Trump twice issued sanctions against the International Criminal Court. Okay, because of its actions of issuing warrants of arrest against the Israeli Prime Minister and other proofs that certain judges of the International Criminal Court harbor anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish opinions. Okay, that's the basis for Trump for U.S. President Trump for issuing these executive orders against the International Criminal Court. Russia is not part of the International Criminal Court. It's a major player in the world, okay? Another one is China. China is not part of the International Criminal Court. So technically, this court is a joke. It's time to let go of the idea na maganda ang international. What is international is not good. Okay? Again, we explain constantly na hindi porket international ay maganda. Lagi natin sinasabi, international rules-based order is the way. No. Again, we are the way. We the people are the way. We criminalize things. We decriminalize things. Okay? For how many years andyan sa books natin ang napaka-misogynist na batas ng prostitution na pwede lang i-commit ng babae. Okay, however, during the creation of the anti-human trafficking law, there was an insertion there technically decriminalizing prostitution all over the Philippines, okay? Okay. So ganun yung sistema eh. Tayong gumagawa ng batas, tayo rin ang gumagawa ng punishment through our elected representatives, okay? Vagrancy, for example, braganza or loitering, pawalwal-walwal or ikot-ikot lang dyan, walang ginagawa sa buhay, okay? That was punished for how many decades? And then our system decided to say na i-decriminalize rin natin ito. Okay. There are many problematic laws in our country, like for example, adultery and concubinage, okay, na still are criminalized, okay. Maybe there's a need to reform the penal code kasi nagiging sobra ng punong-puno mga jail systems natin, okay. So, or maybe there's a need to restore the death penalty in certain instances. These kinds of discussions, these kinds of things should be discussed by the people, ikaw at ako at mga representatives natin. That's why every 3 years we have elections, ideas are promoted, and they are voted upon by the people. Okay, hindi natin kailangan ng international systems para mabuhay tayo. Okay, this is not World War II. This is not the Nuremberg. Okay? Okay, we are in a modern society, a literate society, okay? Hindi na natin kailangan ng mga overlords, international overlords, like judges of Romania, Mexico, and Benin to tell us what to do, okay? We have functioning judiciary and prosecution services, okay? Thus, it's time to bring home President Duterte, now na.